Hey, good morning, everyone. I hope you all had a really nice weekend. It's crazy to think that there's only about 4 weeks left of school, and Memorial Day weekend is coming up because we don't have school on Monday. Woo! All right, I want to take this time today to talk about argumentative writing and present the week ahead, also to present some mini lesson topics for today, and then to give you a checklist, and also to discuss some organizational things. So, those organizational things are about Hangouts. So, the Hangout schedule is going to be the same for this week, meaning from 1 to 1:15, we'll have the read aloud as per usual. And then from 1:15 to 1:45, we'll be offering 5 minute, which I know it's so short. We got to do the best we can with the time we have. 5 minute one-on-one individualized writing conferences with students. So today I'm pretty full, but I do have an opening from 1:40 to 1:45. So for those that have had a conference already, they know the drill. For those that haven't, here's how it goes. I send you a link to a Hangout, and that Hangout is for all the students who have signed up for conferences that day. All you have to do is log in. So like Kareem will go on right at like 1:15, and he will also have the Hangout open on a tab, and he'll have his all of his argumentative writing stuff open as separate tabs. Because our time is so short, I do ask that you come with one thing for me to look at, and we can go from there. So oftentimes we're not able to do much in those 5 minutes, but it is a starting point. I do have office hours every day from 2 to 3, which means I usually look at that. I use that time to like look at student work and answer emails and respond to students. So we can always start during that conference and then go further from 2 to 3, and we can just go back and forth on comments via Google Classroom and Google Docs. Okay, so those are the conferences in a nutshell. Please sign up if you haven't. It is essential that you sign up for one time slot. And there are not a whole lot of time slots left. So if you are not able to find a slot that works for you, just reach out to me personally, please, and we can schedule a time outside of that 1 to 2 time period. Maybe from 2 to 3 if you don't have unified arts, band, or chorus, or earlier during the day. All right, that brings me to the next piece of information I want to share, which is your argumentative essay checklist. So we're a couple weeks into this already, and here's where you should be in terms of like a marker for this assignment. So we've already done during April break a topic proposal form. You identified what you want to research, and you initially identified a couple, like 3 websites that would work for taking notes on. Then for about a week, you took notes. Then after that, you wrote an introduction, and that introduction has a clear thesis statement. So we're using the formula for a thesis statement as a concession, so acknowledging the other side, the thesis statement, so that's the main idea. That's what your essay is about. And then 3 reasons that support your main idea. And then last week was all about drafting body paragraphs. And each body paragraph is about one reason that you stated in your thesis statement. So today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about conclusions and titles. Yay. So let's look at the sample essays. So the 2 that I shared is one about, is college still worth it? And then the second one, if I scroll down, is about a gap year. So one of the conclusions, we'll start with this one. Is like your standard summarizing conclusion. Basically, it's a restating the thesis and summarizing the main points. So for example, here we go. Going to college doesn't have to be an all or nothing thing. By taking a gap year, you'll save money and get a better idea of what career you want to pursue. And when the time comes to go to college, if that's what you decide to do, you'll be more successful as a college student. By taking a little extra time to make this important decision, you're making the path toward a satisfying career much easier to navigate. So the good news is that in the conclusion, there's really no new information you're presenting here. You're just restating your thoughts, reorganizing your information, and basically saying to your reader, if you didn't get this out of my essay already, here are my main points. Here's what I want you to take away. And so this is like a standard conclusion. Not a whole lot of room for creativity, but it's standard, it's academic, it works, tried, tested, and true. And if you're like, I want to be a little bit more creative, Miss Hill. Okay, challenge number 2. I'd love for you to pull something that you talked about in your introduction back into your conclusion. I love it when students start and end in the same way. It just like makes for a really tidy essay that's really interconnected. Okay, and that is like the ultimate organizational tactic as well, if you can pull that off. So the first sample essay is all about college, like why students should still go. And it started off with like a list. It's like, all right, let's talk about Rachel Ray, Mark Zuckerberg, Lady Gaga, Tiger Woods, Kanye West. These guys didn't even go to college, but it's still worth it. Okay, so in all of the reasons about why college is still worth it, and then we get to the conclusion, and it reads like this. Going to college uses up a lot of time and money, so it's tempting to look for other ways to build a successful career without it, just like Rachel Ray and Tiger Woods. Still, the fact that college offers greater opportunity, exploration, and income makes it a smart choice for most people. Yes, there's a chance you could succeed without college, but wouldn't you rather give yourself the best possible odds? Ooh. All right, so this is, again, much of the same. So it's restating your thesis, your main points in your body paragraphs, but also referring back to those names that this author dropped in the introduction. And then I love this, questioning. So you kind of leave your reader like with this lingering thought. You're basically saying, hey, before you sign off and finish reading my essay, I want you to really think about what I've had to say today and, form an opinion of your own before you, put this away. So a questioning technique is awesome. All right, so, little organizational thing here. So, closing paragraph. I'm going to share this doc with you today on Google Classroom. So 3 bullets of what you have to have in a concluding paragraph. 1, restating your thesis and a brief summary of your main points in your body paragraphs. Done. 2, I'd love for you to connect it some way to your hook or your introduction. And then you could try at the very end, ending on a powerful and memorable closing thought. So it could be a question. It could just be a statement. And then here are some different examples to try to end your conclusion with. All right, so there's that. And then the second piece for today is about titles. Titles are so fun. So I've seen so far a lot of my argumentative essay or the stupid essay that I have to write for Miss Hill. No, just kidding. I haven't seen that. But I want you to take some time today to be a little creative. And it's kind of like you're packaging up your essay and you're saying like, hey, pay attention to this. It's important. And so you want it to be creative, but you also want it to summarize your main points. So let's not forget that a title should really be about 3 different things. So the first bullet is it should make your audience want to read your essay. So it shouldn't just be like my argumentative essay. Who cares? Okay, second one, it should communicate the topic of your essay, right? So my argumentative essay. I have literally no idea what you're going to write about. I need to know those things as a reader. And then 3, it should hint at what your point of view will be like. So if you're fighting for something, I better know what it is.